to our podcast. This is an opportunity for us to laugh and grow together on this journey of motherhood, faith, and friendship. We are so excited to have you guys with us. My name is Amaya,
Ria,
and Sade.
And so today we just want to take some time just to tell you about our why we decided to start this podcast. So
we started this podcast just to share our journey and the sisterhood that kind of developed when we became moms.
Yeah.
Our fears, our funny stories, mom fails. Because we're not the only ones that feel the way we feel, and we're hoping that we can also encourage you.
Yeah. Well, my name is Amaya again, and I am the mother of one lively little boy named James. He is 18 months old, and it has been such a journey to be a mom, becoming a mom, and I'm still developing into the mom that God has called me to be. But that's a little bit about me.
My name is Ria. I don't know why I said my name again, but hey, now you know. But I am a mom of one. His name is Simon, and he is my silly, funny, lovable little boy who has definitely prepared me for more children. Definitely hoping to have more. By more, I mean one more.
We'll see.
Hoping it's a girl, Jesus. But yeah, that's a little bit about me. And Sade, how are you?
Hi, I'm Sade. I am a mom of this little guy, Jackson, and he is so smart, and he keeps me on my toes. Yes, all the time.
And curious.
Yes, he's a very curious kid. So yeah, what were we supposed to say?
Our intro.
Mom, why did I become a mom?
Oh yeah. So how did we? Well, we know how we became mothers.
So sorry. We know how that happened.
I remember.
We were there. Well, no, we weren't there.
But
oh, this is fun.
As you can tell, this is probably like our first one. We'll get better, but
we have a sisterhood, but we're not that close.
not that close. But just to tell you a little bit about how we found out that we were expecting. So who wants to go first?
I can go first.
Okay.
Well, first of all, I'll say my pregnancy was unplanned. Definitely. My husband and I planned, and I'll say my husband and I because I think I made it a little awkward where we were there. We weren't there. My husband and I were there. But my husband and I planned was 1 year of marriage, then we'll have kids. That didn't happen. 2 months in.
Wow.
We got pregnant.
I didn't know it was that soon.
Yeah, it was that soon. I had a hymenectomy, and so basically the best way I could describe that, I was like an extra version. So I had an imperforated hole. So that means I was like really tiny. So it made intercourse very difficult. So I had to have a surgery. And I guess after that surgery and I got really free, my husband and I got happy. And 2 months there, yeah, we were pregnant.
Okay.
God definitely warned us, like, listen, if y'all don't use protection tonight, you're going to get pregnant. So I can tell you the exact day that I got pregnant.
Wow.
So, yeah, unplanned pregnancy, but it is a great journey so far.
Gotcha. So ours was planned. We wanted to do the 1 year married, and then, I wanted to do the 1 year married. My husband would have had a baby the day of. Like, he was so ready. Like, it was crazy. So, but we ended up being married for almost 2 years, and I put every type of app on my phone to track everything so that I could know when, like the whole nine. And so yeah, we did that, and after tracking for about 5 months, we ended up with Jackson, who is on a roll right now.
This isn't to play with.
And so James and I had intended to wait about a year or two, well, more so like 2 to 3 years before we were ready to have children. But in getting married, and we were waiting before we married to engage in sexual activity. And so once we got married, I got on birth control, and that did not go well at all. And so I wasn't expecting that. And so I ended up having to get come off of the birth control that I was on. And so let's see. In April, we got married in September. So in April is when our sweet little boy James was conceived. And so I remember the night the day that we found out that I was expecting. And it was literally the Mother's Day. It was Mother's Day weekend, which was absolutely crazy.
Oh,
and
man.
so I just remember having like all of this like stress, like, oh my God, we're about to be parents. And so the funny story around this is like, I knew my body, and I knew something was off. And so I was like, I'm pregnant. I know I'm pregnant, because I did not want to hear my husband breathe. And he wasn't even breathing loud, but I could hear him. And I was just so frustrated. And I was like, I know I'm pregnant. And so he gets a pregnancy test, and he like shoved it in my face. Go take it. And so I go to the bathroom, and he's standing right there. And I'm like, dude, I can't do this with you. Standing right here. Can you move? So I had to force him out of the bathroom. And so he's standing outside of the door. And so we find out that we were pregnant. And I remember the funniest thing, we were acting like teenagers who found out they were pregnant. He went into one bathroom and shut the door. I went into the other bathroom and shut the door. And we just sat there for like 15 minutes.
That's hilarious.
And then so after that, we started to like, kind of gain our bearings, like, oh wow, we're about to be parents. Like, this is a real life thing. And so James, what we call him, he has taken the world by storm. And he came here on a surprise, and we have been going ever since.
But when I found out that I was pregnant, I think we were all pregnant within the same year.
Yeah,
Yes,
we were.
We were all pregnant in the same years. But it was like a whole bunch of us all pregnant in the same year. So one of my friends was pregnant, and I was like, man, that's so exciting. And I remember feeling these little cramps, like for 2 weeks straight, just little cramps. I was like, oh man, what if I'm pregnant now? And so I really wanted, I wanted it to be a surprise for my husband. I wanted to take him out to a restaurant.
Yeah.
And then give him a card.
Yep.
That didn't happen. My husband and I were like best friends, so secrets just don't go well. So we went to Walgreens together, and I was like, don't follow me, just go shop. So my secret is definitely not working, but he still followed my wishes. He didn't ask me any questions. And I read on the internet that the best time to take a pregnancy test is like early in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I guess like no contamination then. So I waited till like maybe 2:00 in the morning. I set my alarm. I mean, I'm just acting so suspicious. I don't know why he didn't figure it out. But I went into the bathroom, I took the test, and I remember thinking like, God, I know that our plan wasn't to get pregnant right now. But if this test says that I'm not pregnant, I think I'm going to be disappointed, God. Like,
oh, man, yeah.
I think I'm going to feel really disappointed. But the test, I ended up taking 2 tests because...
I did too.
Yeah.
Actually took 3.
Right.
Yeah,
I learned that was, you're supposed to take more than 1 just in case. So I took 2. And, of course, I'm making a whole bunch of noise because those things are not silent. It's like trying to open up a bag of chips. So I'm opening up and took the test. Turned out that I was pregnant, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna keep it a secret, even though I've acted really suspicious. He probably still wouldn't figure it out, so I'm gonna keep it a secret, guys. I got into bed, and I was like, babe, can I tell you?
Oh God.
And he was
secret for 5 seconds.
5 seconds, literally, because the bathroom was like right here, and the door and the bedroom was like right there. So he wakes up, he was like, sure, because I knew he knew something was up, and I was like, I'm pregnant. And I was, honestly, I think I wanted to tell him too because I was nervous.
Yeah.
At the time, my husband didn't have a job. He didn't have a job. No, sorry. He just had gotten his job. And so I was like really, really nervous. I wanted to see what his reaction was going to be because I was freaking out.
Yeah.
And as soon as he heard me say that I was pregnant, he broke out crying and he was like, I'm going to be a dad.
Oh.
And that was all I needed. That was all that I needed. And he's been excited ever since then. He's been on a roll. How did you find? What was your story like?
So I was at Headway alone.
What's
Headway
Headway?
is my after-school program that I run, and I hadn't been feeling well. I had missed my girl time, and I was like, okay, all right. So I'm excited because we've been planning this. I'm waiting to miss it. Every time she came, I'd be like, Flo, like, go away. So I went to the store and I bought 3 tests. The digital kind, I didn't need no lines. I needed for it to say it.
Right.
No, I don't need no guessing.
I don't need to be
is
able
that
to
a shade
discern.
of pink?
Right. I had
know.
the digital and the
Yeah.
lines.
So I got that and I went and there was nothing in me. So I barely was on the stick. And but it still said pregnant. And I was just like, oh my God. That's not enough. So I went to the store and I bought a gallon of water and I chugged it in like 15 minutes.
What?
I did.
You were pressed.
I was. I wanted to know. Like, because the first one I was like, they can't be right. It was just a little bit, like, I don't know what's going on. So anyways, about an hour later, I took the test again and it said, and I was like, oh my God. So I knew I was going to see my mom before I saw my husband. And I was like, do I tell my mom first? Do I tell my husband first? Like, because I'm going to see her and I can't look her in her face and just be like, I'm way too excited for that. So she got there and, we're just doing everything. And I was so torn on the inside. Like, I really wanted, I didn't know what I wanted. And I was just like, Mom, can I tell you something? She was like, yeah. And I was like, we're going to have a baby. She was like, she just like balls crying. And if you know my mom, she was just like, thank you. Like, she was just going in. Like, she been waiting on this baby to come. So,
Listen.
it was so funny. So after all of that, I knew that Steven gotten off later that afternoon. So I went to Walmart and I bought this cute little gift box that was black and gold and had love written all over it in this like script whatever font. And so I got this tissue paper and I put the sticks inside of
This is how I thought I was gonna do
jewelry boxes, like the
Perfect.
watch jewelry boxes. I put the sticks in there, put them inside, bought him like this daddy something and put that at the bottom, put the tissue paper in it, whatever. And so when he got there, I was just like, here, this is for you. I was like, I know I've probably been like a pain in the butt lately, and I just wanted to tell you that, I love you, and I just want to know that you're appreciated, blah, blah, blah. So try to make it seem like, it was me. And he was like, oh, thank you. Hey, give. And he's like shaking it. I'm like, okay. And he's like, my husband's a neat freak. So even with gifts, it's like, okay, let's tear. So on the inside, I'm like, oh, if you don't hurry, open this box. What are you doing? Open it up. Like, so anyways, he finally like neatly folds out the tissue paper, and then he was like, oh, watch. And he opens it, and it's, he's like, are you for real? Are you for real? I'm like, yeah, I did it 3 times. And he was just like, oh my God. Like, oh my, we were just he was so stunned by it. But it was crazy. After that, it was just a whirlwind of emotions, like every day. And then he became like super overprotective, and I'm like, okay. That's a whole nother podcast.
A whole nother one.
Oh God. Oh man. So this is kind of spare the moment, but how how have you, observed dads during this development and having a baby? What are your favorite things you observe with your husband and the baby?
Oh man, favorite things.
I would say for me, y'all, my babies are not like Jackson and LJ, okay?
What are you
They do not sleep 4 to 6 hours or maybe even throughout the night. My baby does not do that. He sleeps 2 hours at a time. Then he has the nerve to get up at 6 in the morning. So at 6 in the morning when he gets up, I'm like dirt tired. And so I call my husband because he'll go right back to sleep with my husband. But with me, he wants to play.
Oh my gosh. It's something about the dad.
It is. Jackson can sleep till 10. As long as he curled up with his dad.
Right.
It's crazy.
But so I tell him to come in the room and just to lay with him, and I'll leave the room so I can sleep longer. But lately, what I've noticed is when my son wakes up, the first thing he'll say is "Dada," and then he'll look at the bedroom door, or he'll wait for me to pick up my phone and be saying "Dada." So and then when my husband comes in, he's like all excited, and that's one of my favorite, because I know when our baby was first born, he was really, really attached to me, being breastfed and me being a stay-at-home mom. And my husband just didn't get that chance to have that connection. And I could see that he was hurt. And so now to see him like excited because his son wants him, that's one of my favorite moments.
Yeah, I can agree that seeing them interact together is probably the highlight of my days.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Just Stephen can make Jackson laugh like no other. And
God.
I absolutely love it. Them just playing and joking. And my husband's so tall. It took me a while to be like.
That's another podcast.
It is. That's a whole.
That fair.
Don't be so rough with him. Right. Why are you doing airplane? He's 3 months. Okay. Okay. You said favorite moments. Let me go back. So favorite moments.
I had the same moment.
Oh, is it scary?
He just got here.
Right. His bones are still soft.
Can you wait until he's okay? Can you wait until that gap is closed in his?
Right. I'm gonna put a gap in yours. You tripping? Okay. So favorite moments, real. She brought it in so beautifully. So our favorite moment, definitely seeing them interact, and I agree that like Steven's feelings were quite hurt when he felt like that. Jackson didn't want to go to him, or that he was just really clingy on me. But I think that's how babies are, especially when they're like when you're a nursing mom.
Yeah.
They're attached. You are the source of their strength. Literally.
They don't even know you, mommy. All they know is you food. Right. That's all I want.
And for a minute, you feel like that. You're like, you can be sitting in the middle of the night in that recliner, just boob out like, this is not the business. Like, this
just
is
rocking. That's all I am to you right now.
Just gonna fall asleep. You ain't look at me and smile nothing. Just
not thank you. Right. You can't even talk yet. Can you
rub me one time?
Golly. Favorite moments. Really back in.
Listen, I would say stay tuned. We have more podcasts. Okay.
All of this is coming right at you.
7 titles or topics
coming at you.
I would say my favorite thing that I've been able to observe with James, baby James, I just love their interaction. James is an amazing father, and so I actually feel at peace, like, because I work late at night sometimes, or at evenings, and so, but I don't have to worry about if the baby is taken care of. Like, James does an amazing job with caring for him, and I love, like, he literally chases him through the house all times of the day and has an absolute ball. Like, I have 2 children at home. He takes care of his business. He's a grown man. But they have so much fun chasing each other through the house. I just love their playtime together. So, that's that.
And I just want to say this really quickly. I mean, on this podcast, you are going to see us be true moms. I know you saw me leave, Sade leave. Yeah. It really does take a village to take care of a child.
Absolutely.
So we have baby Jackson to here, and we are absolutely loving it.
Yes.
But, I mean, that's all about being a mom. Sometimes we'll have our kids. Sometimes we don't.
Right. And we wanted this to be like a really genuine feeling.
Yeah,
like,
not scripted.
Not at all. So it's like 2-3 moms coming together just like, look. Yeah. It gets real. It gets hard. There are some highs. There are some lows. There are some times that I call Rhea just like, I don't know what this is like, for real. Yeah. And, Rhea's so sweet. She's just like, I'm praying for you.
Even kill.
Yes. And it's just so like, while I'm like, or I call Amaya, I can go off. And she just be like, yep, because thank you. There are my healthy balance for mothers, and I think all moms need that. And if you don't have that, we are here for you because we totally get it.
Yep.
Okay?
We
totally.
get it.
Our 3 personalities will be exactly what you need.
Yeah, because it's exactly what we need.
Between the three of us.
Right.
Yeah. I would say greatest lesson.
Yeah.
What have been your greatest lesson as a mom?
Man, I am so much stronger than I thought I was. Like, that's Jackson. He was just a testimony. You know, he was saying, yes, Mom, you are. But yeah, I am so much stronger than I thought I was. Like, even in the moments where I feel my weakest, I'm like, you feel this little weakness, but it's because of all of this that you're doing. And so, as a mom, as entrepreneur, as a wife, there's this, it gets so complicated sometimes. And you don't want to complain really to your husband because he's doing everything that he can.
Absolutely.
You know, at least everything that he can. Sometimes you feel like you could have.
Another topic.
He's doing everything that he can. So you want to just keep but you're like, man, I have to be strong because this is crazy amazing. So I think for me, it's just like knowing that I'm really strong and that I got this.
Yeah. I would say my greatest lesson would be to be the same grace that I extend to others, to also take some of that and for my own self, for my own life. And so I realized throughout this journey that I wasn't giving myself enough grace. When my son was about 7 or 8 months, my husband and I agreed that it was time to come off of the job that I was working and to start a business. And so I went into private practice, my mental health counselor, and doing that with a child under 1 was a challenge. It was a serious challenge. And so I realized, like Shade said, there's a strength that I have I didn't even know was there.
Jesus.
Like, oh my goodness. Like, and one other thing that I realized, that God had given me the grace to parent my child and to nurture him. And because sometimes it doesn't feel like it. You know, if you really rely on your feelings, listen, you are going to miss it 110%. And so, but I had to realize that God had given me the grace, James and I, the grace to parent LJ. And so, I think that was my greatest lesson. What about you?
I think my greatest lesson is what trust looked like. Like, I thought I trusted God until I had a baby. And, like, everything was... I realized before marriage, before having a baby, my trust to God was because I was more so in control.
Yeah.
But when you have a baby, you're not really in control.
Oh, no.
Not at all.
No.
And so I learned, and I'm still learning what it really means to trust God. And my greatest reminder of what that trust is supposed to look like is watching my son. Mm-hmm. I mean, he jumps out of my arms and just knows he's going to be caught. Like, there's no fear in him.
No fear.
He is cautious. He refuses to let go of my hand when he walks, or when he's, like, getting down from a chair, he's, like, shaking. So he's cautious. But there's no
LJ
fear.
just goes for it. He's jumping. No fear.
I mean, he'll go to the edge of the bed, and it's like, dude. So I had to teach him, this is how you get down the bed. But, I mean, you see, even with him seeing me get frustrated, you know, and I'll be honest, I have gotten, like, really frustrated in front of my son, and he's like, what's wrong, Mama? But then right after, he's like, Mama! You know, so excited. It's almost like there's nothing... When they say the love of a child is unreal and cannot be compared to any other love, it's really true. I mean, because for the way how he still loves me, you know, with all my mess ups, because I know for sure I am not perfect. I probably put his diaper on wrong. Like, there's too many mommy fails that I've had with him, but he still loves me, and that is exactly how God is with us, you know, like no matter what we do, he still loves us, you know, and that's how our trust is supposed to look like. So definitely I've learned through this process what it means to trust God. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Mama Sade is feeding our hungry Jackson. He doesn't care that we're podcasting right now. He was hungry.
They're not in control. When they're hungry, that's it.
That's it. Let's see. What else?
Well,
Shada, you want to add something?
Man. So all the hacks, like mommy hacks.
Oh yeah.
Man, I don't know if it's a hack, but something that's been like a lifesaver for me is a glow-in-the-dark pacifier. Let me tell you, because that joker, it's hard to find when they're lost at night. You like all this.
I can't
because
see.
you don't want to turn on the light.
You do
not want him to think no
it's
stimulation.
Really, no.
Right. So it's just like, okay, how am I going to do this without? And so someone gifted us a glow-in-the-dark. Bam Bam is over here messing with everything.
I was like, do I go?
Right. Yeah.
No, I think if you had gone, everything would have been knocked over with the cords right there.
Whole thing. Start all the way over.
Yeah. So that glow-in-the-dark pacifier is like a lifesaver at night. It's like, oh, there it is. Thank you. And that's it. So that's been a lifesaver for me.
Well, that helped us because LJ would lose it in the middle of the night. And so he would wake the whole house up because he couldn't find his pacifier. And so the glow in the dark helped because he could find it himself.
Yeah. Where is this glow in the dark pacifier?
I got it from Walmart.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, mine is like Nook.
Yep.
Nook
no, mine was Ma'am.
Oh, yeah, that's what
Ma'am.
it is. Yeah.
My son doesn't take pacifiers. I am his pacifier.
Okay.
I've tried to give him a pacifier.
How early did you introduce them to pacifiers?
1 month, and he refused.
James was very excited about LJ arriving, and so someone had told him about a pacifier that was given in Bertie County at the hospital there. And so LJ was like a few days old, and James runs out to get a pacifier.
So that's totally almost like my story. My husband and my mom just couldn't take the crying anymore, and so it was like 2 weeks in.
Excited for the baby, no crying.
And then they came downstairs and he had a pacifier in his mouth. So I had a cesarean, so I'm in the bed like trying to sit up like, I cannot believe y'all right now. Like, you didn't give him a pacifier. And so that's how that happened. And so here we are. But he's like, he'll take it. If he's whining, he'll be like, okay, soothe myself. And he'll just put it in his mouth. It's so funny.
Oh,
so it's gonna be exciting to see life after Passy. Yeah.
Absolutely, Jackson.
Yeah.
I agree.
Here you go, bud.
Well,
No, the nurse in my hospital room said don't introduce the bottle or pacifier until breastfeeding is secure.
yeah, they told us that too.
We heard the same thing.
So I was like,
My husband,
my mom was
wanted
like,
him to
no,
have
you
a
can go
pacifier.
ahead,
Right.
get it. And I was like, no, first time, mommy, no. I don't want him to have nipple confusion. I shouldn't have listened. So I'm his pacifier, so I don't have a hack for pacifiering. Passies.
Passies. We'll go
There you
passies.
go. Yeah.
Well, you guys want to end here, or do you want to talk about your birth story?
Oh man, that's a whole other
Podcast. Yeah.
podcast.
Okay.
But we have to say, guys, this is going to be a fun journey, and you're going to see us grow and develop. And with this, there's so many topics that we want to cover, to introduce, and bring on some special guests. We cannot wait for you all to. I can't wait for you to meet their sons. They're super cute. You can go on our Instagram on Hey Mommy Podcast.
Yeah.
And you can see our baby boys on there. We did a photo shoot with them that was just so much fun. It was probably the most stressful photo shoot
Oh my gosh!
I have ever had in my life.
Ever.
Because
It
the
was so
boys,
funny.
the boys are, it was their first time all three being together at one time.
We should put
first
some
of all.
blooper pictures on there.
Absolutely. You know what? We'll do that.
Yes, you
We
need
will
to start
certainly
blooper
do that.
Because, we don't want this to look like this perfect mommying situation. listen, we got some amazing pictures,
Yeah.
but there were a lot of pictures that did not make it.
Yeah.
It just didn't make it.
No.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, so be sure to check out our Instagram,
Yes.
also our Facebook page.
Yes.
And if you ever have any questions, you can always email us at heymommypodcast@gmail.com.
So tell us what you thought of our first podcast.
Yeah.
Go on our Instagram page and tell us about your story. What was
Yes.
what was it like for you when you found out you were pregnant? Was it planned or unplanned?
Yeah.
You're gonna see a post on there, and you just put your comments below. We would love to hear what your story was like.
Absolutely. We love you guys.
Bye. Bye.
Bye, Mom.